Coming up next.
EA. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time.
They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he's brought down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. 20, 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The scoop and score, always an exciting play. It there, grabbing it off the ground, and then run to the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 29. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So here are the Browns now with great starting field position. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
On 1st down, Stewart. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They will throw on 1st down with Stewart. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Stewart to throw it. Now he's flushed out left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Browns add on to their lead. They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield and try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long. But I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Pierce.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the gun, it's Wilson.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Browns defense stands tall. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
A gain of 14.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Stewart. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Stewart sets to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
And to give this time to the tailback. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing now, Stewart. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Looking to throw. Stewart. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up third.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line.
But they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now Stewart on 1st and 10. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
From the gun, it's Stewart. And he's got his man on the out route. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Going to give this time to the tailback. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 21-0 our score after 1. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff looking right. Evades him at the 10. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Back to throw. Stewart, the quick slant caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to run this one in, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Stewart. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A run here with Pierce.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. The Browns on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Stewart. Green brings it in. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stewart. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Now Stewart, 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Green.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stewart. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. From the gun, Stewart. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action. It's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
It's just me and you.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. And he's got his man on the out route. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. The scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
The try here for the extra point. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. 2nd down, here's Stewart. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back to throw. Stewart.
He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He punted 5 times in the win last week, as this one's away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute. But first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. The Ravens seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Buccaneers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. The Bills trying to finish that one off and claim victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
At 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll go right back to Green, but this time it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now a handoff as they run left side. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Stewart. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Here's Stewart on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 to be exact. Back to throw. Stewart. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Big hold to the 30. And all the way up to the 31-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey. 4 down. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. The Steelers send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Looking to throw. Stewart. Eluding the press. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a fourth down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Pierce. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. On the right side, caught by Green. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Here's Stewart to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on 1st down. Haskins, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. The Browns are down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 6. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. On first down, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. There, this is picked up by the Browns. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Following the fumble recovery, Stewart escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Stewart. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And his kick is indeed good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point. But being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter. Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. Right back to him on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. A lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline. Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football.
because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. And just a yard to go here on second down. Throwing now, Stewart. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Personal foul.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good
touchdown. It's complete. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Wilson. And he's got his big tight end here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Pass incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility.
And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Stewart sets to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Let's go!
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now Wilson on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now Wilson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 13. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Cleveland, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.